welcome to SPADS episode 5. Only 3 of us tonight, and we are remote rather than from, well, I'd say the studio, but it's not really a studio, it's my conservatory. But how are we, gentlemen?
All good, thank you. All good, mate.
Good, thanks, mate.
It's a little bit different, and I know we wasn't really going to do the intros, but we're on Zoom due to logistical problems.
Child sickness.
Sickness, yeah. Everyone in the Pope household is basically ill.
Yeah, so all ready for Christmas. That's good.
Yeah. Mind you want it this week rather than the
exactly.
So Lionel Messi World Cup. The argument has always been, is Lionel Messi the greatest footballer of all time? Obviously, the Ronaldo gets based about, but after this World Cup, boys, has the argument been settled? Is Lionel Messi
get it right,
the greatest football player of all time?
Yes. Straight up, yes. I don't think there is any argument there.
Well, I don't think he is. He's only played in 2 leagues. He's not played a decent standard of football. He's done well. He's done well.
So Barcelona aren't a decent standard of football.
Barcelona are a decent standard of football, but they.
And he's been there how long? How long was he there? Sorry,
the Spanish league.
Can I just tell you, Dave, that
you can see
Sophie won the Champions League?
Sophie, we can see her in the window.
Yeah, you can see in the window. Telling me
how many times they won the Champions League, Dave?
I don't know.
A good standard of football?
Yeah, it's good standard of football.
Probably more than Liverpool. So you're telling me you don't play a good standard of football?
No, but I'm saying week in, week out, as in in the Premier League, the Spanish league and the French league. Come on.
Do we just ignore the French league because that's pony? But Barcelona, you're telling me that's not a good standard of football?
Yeah, he plays for a good club, but the overall amount of football isn't a great standard.
It has to be to win the Champions League.
Yeah, with Ronaldo, even though he's ex-Man United, all right, and I hate the guy, all right, he's played in a load of leagues and he's performed in every single league.
The Italian
league, the Premier League. All right, Messi, he's only performed in the Spanish league. He's not exactly done well.
Champions League, Day.
Yeah, but so is Henderson.
You say that. Let me give you some stats, right? So at Barcelona, 778 appearances. He scored 672 goals, 269 assists. That was for Barcelona. At PSG, he's had 53 appearances, 23 goals, 28 assists. For Argentina, 172 caps, 98 goals, 53 assists. That gives him a grand total of 1,003 appearances with 793 goals, 350 assists. That's if the basis of these stats are correct, because there's a million of stats out there.
They are bonkers stats.
Yeah,
I don't care what planet or league you're playing in.
But how can how do you say the greatest player of all time? Because yes, he's done really well this era, but
what hasn't he done then? What hasn't he won?
He hasn't won the Premier League.
Because he doesn't play in the Premier League. Put
him in, and he might win it.
He hasn't won the Turkey Trotted Chalgrave either.
Not many people have.
You can't penalise someone for choosing loyalty.
Okay. Yeah, loyalty. Full, praise to him for that. But I just think, I don't know how you can say someone's the greatest player of all time. Because everybody is a different player. He's an attacking player, so. Yeah, how can you say a greatest player of all time has to be an attacking player?
I bet he's not run as far as Ronaldo has.
No, he hasn't. So he's not. To me, greatest forward of all time. Okay, whereas you got better midfielders. So you can't always say
Jordan Henderson. I'm going to run around the corner and beat your head in.
I've already said Jordan Henderson in this conversation. But that's the sort of thing you got to think. I'm not saying he's a rubbish player. I think he is great, but to throw greatest player of all time, just because he's an attacker who scores goals doesn't mean he's the greatest player.
Is it one of those unanswerable questions? Is it one of those things that if you're from the George Best era or the Pele era, you think it's then, or is it one of those you can say he's definitely the best player?
Well, there is no argument between old eras and this era. You can't, because the standard's different, times are different, fitness is different, etc., etc. But you're talking these days, the argument is between 2 people.
But
someone needs to give me a decent reason of why Ronaldo is better than Messi.
Well, I saw some stats earlier about Ronaldo and Messi. And Ronaldo, I can't remember what they exactly were.
Scored more goals, I think he has, isn't he?
Scored more goals, assists, etc. and stuff, something like that. And say it was like out of 15 stats, Messi only had 6 of them.
He hasn't dragged Portugal to a World Cup win, has he?
He hasn't, but
do we put that all on Messi? Do we think that?
Yeah, that's Martinez.
Without Messi, do we think Argentina would have won the World Cup still? So we haven't talked about that.
It's Messi with a team of disciples, as it was put on TalkSport earlier.
Yeah, that's a fair point. But do we think Argentina would have won it without him? Is the first question.
Yeah, well, they had a bloody good chance. Didn't win it because of it.
Yeah, exactly. So you're saying he's the greatest player of all time because he's won the World Cup. He's won the World Cup for Argentina. It's a team sport. But Martinez. The argument was always only ever between two players. You look at Martinez, okay? That save.
I wouldn't say he's the greatest player of all time.
No, he's not the greatest player of all time. But that save he done, I think it was in the end of the 90 minutes, 1-on-1. If he didn't save that, Messi wouldn't have won it. So then would he be the greatest player of all time because he didn't win it?
Yeah, that is a question that I thought myself as well. That's been bandied about. How does it, just because he won the World Cup, how does that qualify you automatically to be the greatest?
There's not a lot else he hasn't done.
He hasn't won the Premier
League. Then I would say
the
greatest player of all time is someone
But you can't say every player's got to go and win the league in every country.
No,
just because if you don't want to lose, then that's your choice.
But you are saying that to become the greatest player of all time, you've got to win the World Cup.
If he'd have come to the Premier League, he would have won the Premier League. End of story. Because he would have come to the top team that was winning the Premier League at the time. No, there is no discussion about that. Like, if he's going to come anywhere now, where's he going to go? He's going to go City.
Yeah.
Are they going to win the Premier League? Yes, because there's no one else challenging because Liverpool have fallen off a cliff.
I can see him.
So you think Liverpool were a challenger this season then? Thank you.
No,
and the only ones
not
challenged
this season because they've fallen off a cliff.
No, but you were saying Liverpool are the only ones who ever challenged City recently.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
I'm not stupid, Dave. I might be a Knights fan, but I'm not blind.
Yeah, true.
Do you think Liverpool are going to challenge City this season?
No.
No. Well, at the beginning of the season, you would have done, but
we'll be lucky to get top 4.
Really?
Yeah,
right,
I think we will.
We'll come on to those a bit in the moment. So, Dave, you're saying you think, in your opinion, Ronaldo's the best player in?
Well, see, I don't. My opinion is they're all good players, but you can't say there's one best player in the world because everybody plays in different positions. It's different tactics for that player. Different skill sets. Like Ferdinand, Van Dijk. They're probably some of the best centre backs, but because they don't score goals, they're not going to be classed as the greatest player in the world or ever.
Ferdinand's played nowhere near as long as Messi.
Yeah, but
look at everything, haven't you?
I'm not saying about.
Are we talking about Les Ferdinand or Rio?
Anton,
yeah.
Who's the greatest Ferdinand of all time?
Les Ferdinand.
Franz Ferdinand.
I get your argument.
I won't start singing.
I get your argument, and it's a fair argument.
But for you, Lee, Messi's the greatest player of all time?
If we're on the Messi-Ronaldo argument, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I would say Messi's better than Ronaldo. I would rather Messi in my team than Ronaldo.
Yeah. Would you really? That's interesting because who was it that on TalkSport I listened to the other day? I've got a feeling it was Piers Morgan who'd called up or saying, and he was saying,
"Yeah, but why is that? Because he's up Ronaldo's backside."
Yeah, but he made a point which is quite apt to be interested in your opinion. So he said something along the lines of, "If you've got Ronaldo and Messi on the bench." And you're away at a Tuesday night at Stoke, so he's using it. That's why he thinks Ronaldo's a better player.
You don't care. You've got Messi and Ronaldo on the
I know,
bench,
but he's saying you've only been one on and you need a goal and you're at that thing. He said, I think I'd bring on Ronaldo. I think Ronaldo's got more chance of getting me that goal, and that's why I think he's the greatest.
It depends. Again, it comes down to Dave's argument. It depends who else is in the team. You need someone to give him the ball.
Sure. But if you can only pick one of those two at a tough away game on a Tuesday night at Stoke, who are you going to go with to give you the best chance?
Messi, because he'd run rings around him. Ball at his feet, he'd run rings around him.
Yeah. I would probably have to, yeah.
You wouldn't need the other 10.
Well,
you said Ronaldo, and I kind of got that in terms of I understood it, but whether it's I agree with it, I'm not really 100% sure. But
how many goals did he score in the World Cup?
Yeah, but they went out a bit early, isn't it? But no, but then he hasn't played well this season, has he?
There you go.
Interesting stat. Henderson has scored more knockout goals in the World Cup than Ronaldo.
Has he?
Yeah.
For England, is that?
yeah. No own goals. No, as in Ronaldo playing for England. No.
Scored more goals for England than Ronaldo. That is a fact.
That is a fact. Yeah, I can't disagree with that.
You mentioned it earlier. Martinez, fantastic World Cup, just immense at penalties. I mean, I don't think I've seen a keeper like it. It's been a few keepers for the ages that's been that good at penalties. But I mean, he's just been sensational, isn't he, this World Cup with the saves and the penalties.
Yeah, I've always liked him. I thought when he was at Arsenal, I thought he was a good goalkeeper. I was shocked that they sold him because I thought he was what they had was one of the best they had there. Is it his attitude? Because Arteta likes his players to respect each other and him, sort of thing. And I think his attitude is it made him go. But I think he's fantastic.
Apparently, he's a bit of an idiot. He just runs around. He's got a lot of real personality. Who was it that was on TalkSport today? Said,
been doing a lot of driving today, have you?
That's all I listened to is TalkSport. It was like a lower league manager said he had him. And he said he was just a clown, but it was great. Yeah. He was just a clown and loved being a bit of an idiot.
Yeah. Us goalkeepers are the same. We're all clowns.
Yeah, that's true, actually, Dave. People don't know that. You are a former fledgling Millwall trialist or Millwall signed goalkeeper back in the day.
Trialist, yeah, back in the day, yes.
Back in the day when your hair wasn't grey.
Why didn't I know that?
Sorry?
I don't know.
Why didn't I know that?
I don't know.
You don't tell me nothing, Dave.
I don't.
You even like me?
No, I don't. Represented East Anglia in the USA Cup 1995. Won that. Won it out of 90 teams throughout the whole world. We won it.
How many goals did you concede?
I don't know. I can't remember. It was a long, long time ago. 1995. I was 13 then. But I semi-final. I was the hero. Saved 2 penalties.
So
but the thing is, being a goalkeeper, you've got to be a bit wrong in the head because who wants to go diving at people's feet to get kicked in the face, kicked in the stomach?
That makes some
sense.
I enjoyed being a keeper when I was a kid.
Yeah, I loved it.
I was quite good at it, to be fair.
Yeah.
Not Millwall good, obviously.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you can't. Yeah, got lucky. Yeah.
Nor you.
I was all right.
It's all right, Dave. So then you're the first one placed for Martinez. Was it just as much his World Cup as Messi's?
I think so.
But yeah, he's made it. Yeah. That, I think. He got on a plane with a drum and a cymbal to entertain everyone on the way home.
Yeah. Excellent. I think, definitely his. He's the one who's,
He's kept him in. How many rounds of penalties they do? 2, 3?
I did a couple. I know for sure they did 2 lots.
Semi and final, weren't
it? Yeah, so it's
in
2.
terms of the penalties,
they didn't play Brazil.
He rarely dives the wrong way. He's nearly even the ones he don't save, he's the right way.
There.
It's incredible.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
to do that. So it's it's good to see. I mean, worthy winners. Did we think in the end? I thought Smithy in our group was not here tonight because he's dog racing with his company, so he's got his family work to do out. I did nearly laugh because he nearly made a fool of himself in the group when he texts us like 25 minutes in going, "See, boys, I told you all along, Argentina it's going to get embarrassing.
This is going to be
like 2-2." And he was like, oh, it's a close game now. I did think he'd sort of made himself look a Burke, but he did manage to pull it back.
Yeah.
But he did pick Argentina to win it, and they did go on to lift the cup. Worthy winners, Argentina, do we think? Right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think so.
There's no ifs, whats, or buts about any of the results, is there? Let's be honest. Like the South Korea and the dodgy off the pitch bowl and all that. There was none of that. So it was
they scored a hat trick. Must have been gutting to score a hat trick and not walk away the trophy.
There's another debate. Does it count as a hat trick?
Well, because it's not.
Because it's not in 90 minutes.
It's still 3 goals in the game.
But it's not a correct hat trick, though, is it?
No,
because a hat trick is left foot, right foot, header.
Earlier on TalkSport, and I was like, I'll mention it. I don't want to go too deep, but I'll mention it.
I think it still counts as a hat trick. It's still part of the game. The game's not over.
You've got to ask yourself, if you scored 3 in 90 minutes and someone scored 3 in 90 plus 120 and a penalty, you'd feel yours was more deserved than theirs, wouldn't you? Let's be honest.
Yeah, but I think
you would
be happy saying, if we both hit holes in one and mine hit a tree and went in and yours slam dunk straight in, you'd say you were more deserving. But
it's not an addition to the game, is it?
No.
Well, a tree is an addition to the game because you shouldn't be hitting that
they're
tree.
always there, Dave.
It's not like them bunkers.
You play the way I do, you get close to it. But all right, so that's the World Cup over for another 4 years. World Cup in December is rubbish. Don't like it. And never
don't want it
in
again.
December ever again. The Carabao Cup returns obviously today. I think you got Leicester,
Newcastle tonight, isn't it?
Newcastle, Bournemouth.
You got Leicester,
MK Dons. You got Southampton, Lincoln.
Yeah,
And-
Southampton, Lincoln. Leicester
and at
the moment, and Newcastle, Bournemouth, isn't it?
Yeah, and then you got Wolves, Gillingham as well, and that's nil.
You're looking at the Sky Sports app as well as me, don't you?
Yeah, Southampton are now 1-1 with Lincoln.
They are, and then obviously tomorrow Manchester United return. They got Burnley, Charlton, Brighton, and Blackburn Forest. Lee, do we expect Man United to come away with a win against Burnley tomorrow?
I hope so. I've got a feeling Ten Hag's going to be a full squad, strong squad kind of man. He's just want to go out. So I think he's going to want to get some of the boys back from the World Cup playing as well, see how they're playing.
Do you think they'll put them straight in? Or do you think a bit of a
rest? I think a lot of the teams are going to have to. They're going to see how this is going to affect them. They can't leave them.
No.
Because it'd be like coming back from winter break after. I think they're going to have to stick them back in.
It'd be interesting to see whether, like I say, they do stick. A lot of teams do go straight back in or give him
like Liverpool, for instance. They're going to need as many points from now on in as possible, so they're going to have no choice of that.
Yeah,
they've got they've got City on Thursday. Liverpool. Dave, do you expect them to go full squad, or do you expect them to rest a few with the Premier League in mind?
I think they'll probably go for quite a strong squad, strong starting 11, and then probably change after 60 minutes. Okay. Because it's a chance as well then to get everybody back playing together. I think there's talks of Van Dijk's not going to be about. He's stayed away a bit longer, but I think the English players, obviously it was only Trent and Henderson, they'll be playing. Nunes, he's already been playing in friendlies. So I think you've got to try and play your strongest side just so you can be prepared.
You've only had two play anyway, and that's Hendo and Van Dijk, really.
And Nunes. He played, didn't he?
Yeah.
For Uruguay. Canate.
So you expect to go fairly strong then?
I think so, yeah. I think it'd go fairly strong. Talking about Nunes, did anyone see his penalty? Because they played AC Milan in this Dubai Cup, and then afterwards they have penalty shootouts.
The only chance of silverware they've got this season, I think, so he's going to have to.
Well, we didn't win that. Arsenal won the Dubai Cup, but his penalty was shocking, absolutely shocking. But he scored.
What, Harry Kane bad or?
No. He scored. He hit the target.
Right. He hit the target. Be bad and score.
Honestly, watch it. All right, Nunes penalty against AC Milan. The goalkeeping was piss poor.
All right,
have a watch.
Just interesting as well. Obviously, we talked last time about players' transfer window coming up. Obviously, January transfer window. Interestingly, at the end of this season, I see this earlier on Twitter. I just wanted to know your thoughts on it. This season, all the people out of contract are Karim Benzema of Real Madrid, Roberto Firmino of obviously Liverpool, that Milan Skriniar, the centre back from Inter Milan, he's out. Lionel Messi is out of contract with PSG at the end of the season, and Wilfried Zaha of Crystal Palace. Would you take any of those?
Potentially Zaha. I think he's got the spark. He takes players on. We need another player like him. I
reckon he'd fit in Liverpool. I've never thought about that.
He went to Arsenal a couple of years ago, and obviously a few years before that, he was at Man United for a little while, wasn't he? And obviously was then played a little bit, and then was obviously sold back with a sell-on clause from United back to Crystal Palace. And obviously my girl's a Crystal Palace fan, so it'd be a shame to see him go. But I do think he's likely to go this season. Yeah. He's been there so long and tried to get away a couple of times.
Do you think anyone will have him though?
Well, I think the likes of Liverpool might, but I do think the likes of some of the bigger teams than Crystal Palace would try and fit him into a side. I still think he's an asset.
So who do you call bigger than Crystal Palace at the minute? Because they're having a cracking season.
Yeah, they are, but it's probably the exception rather than the rule, isn't it?
And sort of like you got to think about what they going for. Like Newcastle, they're going places, they got money, etc. and stuff.
So you're talking top six, really, and that includes Liverpool at the minute because they're in top six.
Yeah. I would say top six potentially. Yeah,
I'm not sure Newcastle would have him. I don't think he fits in.
No, I could see him at Arsenal again. I
don't think they'd have him.
No, they might do though. But
I don't think Arteta will have him now.
I think his problem might be his attitude. He doesn't come across as a team player, and a lot of the top six now are a team. There's lots of good individuals, but
that's why I said don't know where he'd go.
Yeah. Karim Benzema coming up for free transfer this season is a
Yeah.
He's
The only thing
United who needs a striker. I know he's pushing on a bit now, Benzema.
Yeah, he
but
might get a couple out of him, though. A couple of seasons out of him.
Another Falcao.
Sorry?
Another Falcao, isn't it?
I think Benzema's better than Falcao at that time with that, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? I think he'll be more consistently over time. Falcao was a bit of a flop when he came to United, but I would like to see him, The
only thing with Benzema would worry me would be his pay. He'd probably want big money. And, for someone who potentially won't play in every start of the game, so week in, week out, I think,
I can see him going to PSG or someone like that, Benzema as well. I can see someone like that paying him.
All about the
money.
money.
Up at Newcastle, maybe. Could we see Newcastle paying the money? Would he fit in at Newcastle?
Potentially, yeah. I think so.
And he might be another ego. They were talking about it today, saying that he's been dropped because he's just a bit of and he didn't get on with a lot of the other squad players.
Who, Benzema?
He was injured. He was injured.
And they were on about before because there was a bit of a scandal as well, wasn't there, about a sex tape or something?
Something like that, I think there was, yeah.
Yeah.
But there's a fair few people coming up at the end of the season, and I thought their contracts being. So it'll be interesting to see what happens over the summer. Talking about people that are coming up for renewal, Liverpool's Dave, I don't know because I don't know anything about Liverpool, so you'll have to look at that. I know Man United have extended 4 players. We talked about just off air, extend the contract by a year. That was Dalot, Shaw, Rashford, and Fred. They were all going to be free in June. Ten Hag has kicked on the extensions for that. Happy about that, Ellie?
Yeah, Shaw and Rashford for sure. I'm surprised I didn't manage to get a year out of Rashford, but we'll see. Fred on his current form, yes, but he's a bit of liability at times. Dalot's had a season as well, to be fair.
Well, Dalot's become the new right back, isn't he? He sort of replaced Wan-Bissaka,
but he was really quiet to start. It was only the last couple of seasons he's really come on. So again, pleased with that. So yeah.
And obviously the other one as well is De Gea, which is still up in the air. I think they have the option to extend the year contract for De Gea, but obviously it's on the pays on, which is something like 375k a week or whatever he's on.
Which is a lot of money.
Yeah, it's a lot of dough. It is a lot of dough for that. So
wouldn't have been so worried if we still had Henderson, but we haven't.
Yeah, I know that's the interesting. So it'll be interesting to see what they do with that. I know if they don't have an agreement in place by the 1st of January, then he can sign a pre-contract with an overseas club. He can't with a domestic club, but he can an overseas club. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. Other things in the football, Ivan Toney has just been another 30 betting charges added to his 262 he's already had. It takes a total of 262 betting breaches. What do we expect?
He's been fined naffle though. It's like 300 grand or something. He's been fined.
Yeah, well,
he must earn too much money, Lee.
Is that what it was? Was that the upshot of it, Lee? I was wondering about that. Whether it's still being investigated or.
Well, I might be talking complete shite, so I apologise if I am.
Yeah, I know he's got to the 4th of January to respond to this part, I believe. But I didn't know. Did you know Kieran Trippier got banned for 10 weeks for insider trading?
Yeah.
As well as at Madrid.
Yeah, when he definitely telling a friend to lamp on the fact that he was going to join Atletico was there.
Yeah, and it was just in a conversation in the pub, and someone overheard it apparently.
And
then there was a WhatsApp message.
He was banned for 10 weeks and fined 70 grand. Other ones was Daniel Sturridge. He was also done.
He was,
6-week bans increased to 4 months, and he was fined 150k. And the other one was obviously Joey Barton, who got banned for 18 months. But what do we think will happen with Toney then? If it's already been sorted with 300 grand, I mean, do we think he's going to potentially get banned or?
Well, you got to go with a ban, and the others have all been banned for the same thing, haven't they?
Yeah, should be a bit of a lengthier one as well. So charges are low.
Because I don't think Joey Barton had as much, did he? I don't think his breach wasn't as bad.
He placed 1,260 bets.
Oh, right. Yeah.
He got banned for 18 months, which brought an end to his playing career, but they shortened it by 5 months through appeal. I don't know why they appealed it if he retired anyway.
Yeah. But, so he's got to realistically get 9 to 12 months, hasn't he? Yeah.
That's got to affect Brentford because he's one of the key players for them, isn't it?
And his future going forward, let's be honest.
Yeah,
I think that's why he wasn't included in the World Cup squad.
Yeah, potentially. I think it's going to come out, and they didn't want them to.
And Southgate doesn't do that anyway, does he? Doesn't just randomly bring in people he's never brought in before.
No,
anywhere does he?
But I do think that might have been a tip off with that. It would be interesting to see what happens with that. I know we're getting through things pretty quick today. We're a little bit limited on time because of the
Southgate staying. What we're saying? Told you.
Yeah. I thought he would stay, purely to the fact that obviously he's going to, he hasn't done anything wrong. The FA aren't going to sack him because what has he done wrong?
There's no one else. There's no one else to come in yet.
What has he done wrong? Yes, he has.
Top 10 side. What was the stat against top 10? 1-4 drawn.
Out of 28 appearances, he's won 4
against top 10.
Out of the top 10.
Well, I mean, that's the
that's not great, but.
No.
The FA, he's not embarrassed himself. He's good for the FA.
Fucking hell, are we really saying the England manager deserves to stay because he hasn't embarrassed himself?
Because he's not got a brolly out.
Yeah. Oh my God. Really?
I didn't want him to stay, but I couldn't see the FA getting rid of him.
But you did want him to stay.
No, I didn't.
You didn't in the poll. You did on the pods. So we didn't know what you think this week.
Yeah, no, I don't. I didn't want him to stay. I don't want him to stay because I think we've got the attacking flair, and he's a defensive manager. If we can play tippy-tappy football around, it'd be fantastic.
He has improved though. He has got better. If it goes all out in Euros, will that please you?
Yeah, I think he's got to go ultra attacking.
I would. I'd go out with a bang.
Go for it.
Go, right, let's go for it.
He's not going to.
No, he's not.
They were talking about, because you know that Bazball term they use in cricket.
Yeah.
We're on about changing it to Gazball.
Yes.
Or a Southgate ball. Just going all out.
That's not going to happen, is it?
I think it's a poor decision. I think you're going to go into the tournament. You had 50-50 of people who wanted him to go, who didn't think that he was right to stay. That's going to undermine the confidence going in. There's going to be some players that are not would have had the same thoughts as the public. The press are going to be on it right from the start because before they've never really brought up his stats, and then they have this time. Because obviously that stat 4 in 28, that's been known for ages. Right, there's only one top 10 we played in the World Cup, so that stat hasn't changed much from the last time, but it's only been brought out now because the media is starting to turn for the first time. We're going to go into that tournament. The media are going to be on top of him. It's going to be a thing. We'll go out in the quarterfinals or the last 16 as normal, and we'll go, what the hell do we do that for?
You're annoyed because old Dyche's not coming in.
Do you know what? We've run a poll on the old YouTube channel, and Dyche got something like 50% of the vote. He was the most voted person.
It's because he's just a legend. That's why he's just a legend. He's just a top bloke.
I just don't think he's. I just don't think he's the right person, Gareth Southgate. I think he's done a great job. I don't think you can keep.
It's the Messi Ronaldo debate, and it's 50-50, isn't it?
Yeah. But it's I'm not pleased about it. But it is what it is. Look, I hope we'll support him, of course. But it'll be interesting to see what happens. But we'll see. Dave, you said that England won the cricket.
Yep, won the cricket. So happy days, 3-0. Whitewash. That's a good stat. Yeah, he's done well. We had an 18-year-old Test debut, and he got five wickets. So youngest player to get 5 wickets in a debut Test. So he's done well.
Excellent. So looking good for the Test side.
That only team ever to whitewash them in their own country.
I think we are. Yeah. So well done. Good stat.
What is out with the cricket stats?
Yes, done well, didn't he? I think we've now won. I think since Ben Stokes been in charge, I think we've only lost 1 Test out of 10 or 12. I think it is.
It's really nice to talk positively about cricket. I don't like it really, but it's nice.
Yeah, we're doing well. We're doing well in one sport. We're world champions.
Yeah, and I say world champions in two of the parts. Have you obviously it's Christmas time? Christmas in the background. Obviously the darts kicks up. I know everyone likes the darts over the Christmas New Period. Have you watched any of
First rounds are rubbish.
Yeah, that's true.
So slow.
Around about Christmas Day, New Year's, it starts getting good. Go
on, get up.
People get lashed up at 10 o'clock in the morning. It's brilliant.
Is it something you boys watch?
I'll watch it if I've got nothing else on TV. Yeah,
when it gets
I enjoy it.
I'm like you. It's not worth interest in the moment. It's not.
I used to be quite into me darts. I used to be darts captain for my local pub.
Did you?
There you go. See,
he was only playing the team.
Yeah, check you out. So you got a goal budding. So don't ask me. So we wrapped up the darts. We basically worked out that none of us watch it until later on.
Yeah, when it's
the same as anyone listening to this is the same. I think everybody's the same.
I think if the standard darts was better in the first few rounds, I'd watch it more. It's just so slow.
Do you think it's that? Do you think it's the standard?
Yeah, that's why I turn it off.
Is it
really? It is, yes.
So slow.
Was it like the cock and duck type thing? Is it like?
Yeah, because you've got like averages of 87 and 89, but the big boys are throwing in like 111s, 112s. It's the scoring difference is so different.
The funny thing about darts as well, do you remember? Obviously, this is the PDC, isn't it? Which is the big recognised one.
Yep.
And there was another one called like the BDO, which was like Lakeside. I used to watch that with my dad. It used to be brilliant. It used to be like 3 darts would be like 27. Like,
you still get that now.
27.
You still get that now.
I can play that. I can do that. It's just finishing on a double, isn't it? That's it.
Like, it's rubbish. It's like 11. It's like, really, that's what we score.
It's a bit like the PGA and Live. That the two differences of golf. It's like
yeah,
old
but these
school,
people have got
new
some
school.
proper people in it. Talking of that, very nicely seamed in, Lee, to the golf news this week. So Augusta announced today. Sorry?
No one cares. Because I don't Live. No one cares.
Augusta announced today that those that qualified for the tournament based on the following criteria will be invited to play in the 2023 Masters. So that does mean the 16 Live players that theoretically qualified that went over to Live Golf will be invited to the Masters, obviously playing under the jurisdiction of PGA. The right decision, do we think?
The Masters can do what they like.
Yeah. But do you
They
think
are almost
the right
a
decision?
golf society to themselves.
They are. You can't play
The
over.
holy grail of golf, let's be honest.
Yeah. It's do we think that Live players should be? So obviously the likes of Bryson, Dustin Johnson.
I don't like Live because
No.
I don't like the format and I don't
No.
like the reason they've gone there. Because let's be honest, it's because of money.
Oh,
But
100%.
I believe there is space for more golf on a different spectrum than the PGA.
Mm-hmm.
Because everything needs a shake up and a change. So yeah, why not? They've done nothing wrong apart from piss the PGA off.
Yeah, they just want to earn more money.
Yeah, I
They
don't
don't
like.
need to earn more money. That's what annoys me. But
I watch it because now it becomes a bit like boxing. Now you're not going to see the best players playing against the best players because now everyone's going to be protecting their own entity, so to speak, which is why I was a little bit reluctant with the old Live thing. I still watched it, still parts of it. It confuses me. It's obviously a shotgun start. Like the camera bounces about all over the place. You know, when you watch golf, you watch PGA.
yeah, I can't keep up. That's why I don't watch it. I just get fucking lost. And
So
confused.
you know, if you watch the PGA, you go into the final round. You know, the leaders go out last. You know, you've watched them the last few days. Everybody on the 17th has struggled or whatever, and everyone on the 14th pulled it in the water. And you kind of follow that storyline. And you think, oh, you know, just on the 13th comes to the 14th. Next, we know that's a hard hole. With Live, it's like, right, we're on the 7th, and now we're going over to the 14th, and now we're back to the 9th, and it's like,
But
what?
I think a lot of that's
going on?
coverage, though, isn't it? They're trying to do their own thing because they've got no big boys in there doing the coverage. They're sort of banding her out with the
And
one-man bands going, we're just going to go camera to camera because we've got no choice.
Yes,
but also, don't you think though that
Even though we've got millions of pounds, we're just going to throw it. And
That's
one man
life
with
now.
7
people
cameras.
want to see things all the time
yeah.
and impatient. You know, it's like
But
you
they
need
fail
Amazon.
that because they're trying
Boom.
to keep up. They fail. You miss some really good shots because they're just
Yeah.
handed about all over again.
Yeah, you are right, Dave. There is a call for that. There's been talk about that the golf needed to be a better watch for TV. It needs to be more interesting. I actually quite like the fact that it takes forever to watch and everything else, because I don't watch anything else. So the fact that it's on all day long works perfect for me because I like the thing like that. But you're right, there is this need for this quicker format, which is
You look at cricket; they've taken on the quicker format. You know, you've got the T20 now, so that's quicker. They're trying to plug the 100, which is pants, to stick with T20. But they're looking at quicker formats to get more people to watch. What's more people watching? More money. That's all it boils down to is money.
Do we think it's going to harm sports like that, though? Has T20 harmed cricket or enhanced it?
It's enhanced it. A lot more people go to watch cricket now because of the T20. It's a quicker format. You're there for 3.5, 4 hours max.
I think
Job done.
It's going to depend on the sport, though, isn't it? I think cricket needed speeding up because 5-day tests can take a long time.
Yeah.
Football, you can't really speed up.
It's just, it's so nuts that. Right, what we're going to do is we're going to have a game. All right, cool, yeah. How long is it going to take? Yeah, we'll just run it over the 5 days.
Why not?
You can have the weekend off.
Yeah, so 5 days, all right. So you've got, 36 teams and loads of... No, just 2 teams. All right, okay, how many times are they going to play? I don't know, just the once. It's like, what? It makes no sense, then fucking game.
5 days of peace and quiet. That's all it would be. That'd be lovely.
Test matches were made by blokes that hated their wives.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
And that's why. So it'll be interesting to see this with the live golf and that is that Masters will be pretty good this year. We'll see everybody in it. Lee, you wanted to ask a golf related question, a section we are naming Lee's lame question of the week.
Every week you're going to get a random golf question, not a test or anything, just opinions usually.
Okay,
There's only 3 of us this week, so there's only 2 of you.
Okay,
It's very good with his maths.
yeah.
See, the maths is
No
very
fingers
strong.
bleeding or anything. Really.
He's done well. He's done well.
Give you a nice, quick, easy one. If you could play any course in this country with 3 other people, so a 4-ball, where and who would it be?
When you say other people, do you
Dead
mean
or alive? Pro golfers, sorry.
Okay.
Pro golfers. Dead or alive?
Oh,
so, have to be St Andrews? Is that class as this country?
Yeah. UK, yeah.
Isn't it? Well, hang on a minute. That was Scotland. That's not this country.
UK, Dave. Stop being pedantic.
So definitely St Andrews. Now 3-ball, you'd have to go Tiger. You can't not go Tiger. Who would be the other 2? That would be a really...
If you miss one person off, I'm going to walk around and beat you with a stick.
If I miss one person off?
Yeah.
Well, who's the one person?
Wow. Yeah, you got to wait and find out.
Wow.
If you miss him off, you're going to get beaten by a stick.
You're talking about pro golfers, like, are you talking like Hogan and all that? Like, is that you're going old?
It's dead or alive. So anyone on this planet, there's one golfer that everybody should have on their list to play with.
David Pope.
I don't know. Definitely Tiger. Seve, probably.
There we go. There it is.
And
absolute magician.
The other person I'd pick, dead or alive. He didn't really play golf, but I'd go with my dad. That'd be cool just to do, just because I obviously haven't played golf with my dad since I was like 15. So it's
there we go.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah,
Who's the Pope?
I would probably say Wentworth, because I think that's one of the courses. It's hard to get on. St Andrews you can potentially get on. Wentworth, I don't think you'll ever get on. And it looks lush.
You won't be your game, Dave.
No, not at the moment. Yeah. What's that, Lee? What's that, Lee?
List at St Andrews is 16 months apparently.
Well, yeah, so that's not too long, is it?
You can pay to play on the day. You can rock up on the day and pay and potentially get a slot, can't you?
Yeah,
no,
you
Andrews,
can.
Well, because there's 2 St Andrews courses. People get confused with the other one. So you've got St Andrews Old and you've got St Andrews.
I knew there was a thing where you could potentially pay and then you potentially wait for a space if there is one, but if not, you just.
You might be right,
but I don't know. Yeah, it's Go on, sorry, Dave.
That's right. That's fine. Yeah, you can take over. It's not a problem. Wentworth players. I would probably again have to say Tiger. Immense. It reminds me a lot of myself. Really consistent and
The similarities between a pair of you are uncanny.
Yeah, that's it. Both walk with the limp.
Dave, you're white, don't you?
You're shit at golf, don't you, Dave?
I am. Yeah. So that's the only similarity. It was not there.
It was that bad. Your similarities between Tiger. I think Una come in to tell you guys.
Yeah, she heard me. She's like, she doesn't even know who Tiger is. Yeah,
she's looking for something to
she thinks it's Tony the Tiger.
You play like Tony the Tiger
because I'm great. So yeah, Tiger. Then it will end up being potentially. I would have to say I don't want to be the same as you, so Seve would be on there, but I'll miss him off. I would really as well like to play with Rory McIlroy. Yeah, I think he'll be a good crack. And then Ian Poulter, because he's just crazy. And he's Leighton boy as well, isn't he? So
he is. He was at Leighton Buzzard Golf Club, wasn't he?
Yeah. So and why not local boy? Them 3. Go for them 3.
I know it was a lame question.
It's a hard question to answer on the spot, to be fair, but just want to.
What about yourself, Lee?
Seve.
What course?
Chowgrave.
Especially them bunkers.
Can you imagine rocking up to Chowgrave with Seve, Tiger? Amazing.
Oh, this is hard, isn't it? He's really concentrating.
Because there is so many greats. Like Trevino, you've got to put Trevino in there because he's just.
Oh, Lee.
I really like Tommy Fleetwood as well, just for a crack.
just for the hair.
Yeah, just to have like a chat with him and a beer with after. I reckon it'd be a good laugh to have a beer with after.
So you go Seve, Fleetwood, and Trevino.
Yeah.
And which
what course?
course?
Up a bit. Because I've played it, Woburn Duke's course.
Okay. You played that one, Dave, yeah?
No. What's the other courses there, Lee?
Marquez.
Yeah, the Marquez I played. So I would like to play a few more at Woburn. Yeah.
We'll be there one day, boys. We'll be there
the easy one. Well, the boys up north talking about doing Woburn August next year. Fancy it?
All right. Yeah, I'm up for it.
4 balls up there.
Anything that's golf related, we're in. We haven't played for. We didn't play last week. Obviously, we went Top Golf Day. He didn't come. Me, you, and Spiffy went Top Golf last Friday. Good fun. Yeah. Freezing cold.
Absolutely Baltic. Yeah, very good fun. Lots of winning going on between me and Smithy.
You and Smithy. 4 games. You won 2. Smithy won 2. I didn't win any.
Yeah.
Didn't even get close, really. I don't think.
No, I think
took your own clubs as well, didn't you?
He did take it. Yeah, we did. Yeah, we done all right. It was good. It was good fun. I think we got got a little bit lucky. I did with all them doubles I was getting.
The only thing is, we took our own clubs to the to Top Golf, but Dave took his own caddy.
Yeah, Mr. Campion. He lets me know which club to take.
Yeah, no, it was good. It was good fun. It was good fun. But I don't suppose we'll play any more this year, then, will we? Now, obviously, Christmas Sunday following.
Potentially,
of course you will. But nice till the end of the year, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm going to go see how work goes Friday. Might get out for maybe a quick 9 holes. Oh yeah, and maybe even during the Christmas period. Why not?
Okay, all right.
I'm not working. Something to do.
We will.
When's New Year's?
The following Sunday. Yeah, so it's a week after Christmas, isn't it?
That's what it always is. The week after.
It's the following week. So the New Year's Day is the Sunday, isn't it? Is it Sunday?
Yeah, Sunday's New Year's Day. Yeah.
Yeah, right. New Year's Day, mate.
Yeah, if it's open.
Well, you have to get. I think it is open. I think we went last year.
Yeah, well, I don't know because I struggled because I think I played 3 lots. Abbey Hill last year.
Yeah, maybe we might be able to. We might be able to get a game in.
You'll have to get on the booking system, Kev.
Yeah, I'll have to have a look.
Yeah.
I don't suppose there'll be much sport next week, but I guess we might just come together for even if we do it as a Zoom next week, just to
bit Carabao Cup going on and stuff.
Carabao Cup. And then,
actually, we'll have the Boxing Day to talk about as well.
Yeah, 26th. Yeah. So the Thursday, Tuesday. Yeah.
We'll reconvene next week. I guess it might be after via Zoom again due to logistical of. Up north,
absolutely no golf, so that'd be very boring.
Yeah,
no cricket either.
No cricket either, but we'll have football to talk about. All right, boys. Well, thank you very much again for this week, and
thank you.
Look forward to catching you again next week. Cheers, boys.
Cheers. Good night. Take it easy. Cheers. Good night. Bye bye.